Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Monday. It is another amazing Mindset Monday call. If you're here joining us for the very first time, welcome to the Wave Makers community. We're a community of people dedicated to creating positive waves of change for ourselves, our environment, and the world. And on tonight's topic, we're going to be speaking about something so powerful, so deep, and we're really just scratching the surface here because there's no way that in 30 minutes we can cover everything that there is to cover on this topic of staying true to ourselves. Staying true to ourselves. So if you are taking notes, and I encourage you to, in case myself or our guest speaker tonight drops something that you can utilize, you don't forget that. Write it down. Okay? So, guys, our guest is Eric Brown. If you don't know him, you need to know him. This guy is incredible. I met him at a Tony Robbins event, and this guy, the first day, the moment that we met, I knew that this guy was going to be a brother for life. Not only because of his character, not only because of his values and who he is in his heart, the fact that he's a servant leader that genuinely wants to help. Not only that, but because this man has an insane amount of knowledge and he is eager every single day applying what he's learning. And for that reason, I respect you and I thank you, bro, for joining us this evening. Why don't you start us off for us? I know that there's some incredible things that you're going to be bringing. I have my pen and paper here. I'm excited to take some notes from you. And with that being said, my brother, Eric, passing the mic to you.
Man, Nick, thanks for the intro, bro. That moment, I share that almost in every story with my intro for Kangen. You know, I was like, a mutual friend of ours connected us, and he's in the intro that our mutual friend said, you guys are going to be, I feel like you guys are going to be soul brothers. I can't wait for you guys to connect. And now, it's beautiful that, just a few weeks ago was a groomsman in his wedding. So what a beautiful world. Who are those relationships in your life that you guys get to cherish, right? Who have you talked to them in a while, right? The matter of fact is, I heard, gosh, it was like so many years ago in the first beginning of network marketing, they said you come across an average of 7 of those people in your lifetime. 7 of those people in your lifetime. So how many of those people have you really truly followed? Where these are those types of people where you can support no matter what. These are the people that you see for the good, the bad, and the ugly, and you're still going to love them anyways. Right? These are people that will give you the shirt off their back. They will be there for you. They will fly wherever they need to be for you. These are those types of people that, and they maybe have, those are different qualities that they have for you, but those are, qualities that they have for me, where someone who's so supportive and knows me just as well as almost I know myself. And so, guys, I'm so grateful to, be able to dive into a little bit of a topic that is so near and dear to my heart, of staying true to yourself. I'm not the best person at it. And the matter of fact is, we all go through seasons, right? Just like nature and God gave us that there's seasons. There's fall, spring, summer, and winter. We go through seasons of being ourselves. And it's a matter of fact of how true can we stay to ourselves. And so, what does staying true to yourself mean to you? I want you guys to drop in the comments. What does it mean to you? For me, it means discovering what my vision is. What are my priorities, right? What are my strengths and my weaknesses? I want to see you guys engage in the chat, drop some things in there. What does, staying true to you look like? My life, mission, and vision. Absolutely. Not being influenced by others. Amen. Get a few more to drop in here. I know y'all got something. Staying consistent with my purpose, standing up for what I believe in. Love that one. Guys, that's so true. And the matter of fact is, being able to stay true to yourself, we first must become aware of who we truly are, what our belief systems are, what are the things that we are going to stand up for, like Katie said, what are those things that we're going to stand up for on a daily basis? Is it your faith? Is it your physical body? What are the things that you are going to treat yourself with? Right? These are also practices of self-love. What are the things you're going to put into your body so that you can reach the goals? Do you know the goals of where you want to go? in like, or do you want to gain muscle? Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to, are you're having different issues going on with something? Do you want to clear up your skin? Is your stomach acting up? What are these different things, right, that we are able to become aware of first, right? I want you guys to write awareness on your piece of paper if you're taking notes in big letters and circle it, because awareness is the power and the key to everything else, and then it takes action after that, right? Those are the two simple steps. It's awareness and action. And so being able to become aware of who you are. And the matter of fact is I was on I recently got a new life coach, or a beginning of a life coach. And the matter of fact is, he goes, look how far you've gotten. He goes, tell me your values. What do you value most, right? What are you about? He asked me, he goes, who are the 5 to 7 people in their attributes, and why would you follow them? Right? And so he's like, these are the 5 to 7 people that the values and attributes that you are there are going to be a direct reflection of the things that are most valuable to you. And so you guys are maybe wondering, like, why am I talking about, discovering more about ourselves? Is because if we need to stay true to ourselves, we need to figure out who we truly are first. And I had, one of the most breakthrough moments on a 40-minute phone call with, one of the most powerful men that has been in my life. And he had me go like this, and hold up my finger. Can I have all you guys who are on camera hold up your finger? Right? Each and every single one of you, if we put an ink pad to your finger and we started placing that everywhere, each and every single one of our fingerprints is different than each other. And the matter of fact is probably all of us on this call have no idea what makes ours unique versus the other. So I want you guys to look at that finger, right? And commit to yourself that you're going to discover who you truly are. Discover what makes you unique. God created in your heart to be very, very specifically unique, and gave you a specific plan and destination, and you just haven't figured out what it is yet. But the beautiful thing is, and also the weird thing is, we're on these calls of Monday Mindset. We're on these calls they're basically self-discovery calls. They're basically self-love calls. If you guys want to track back to anything, it's, how can we become more of ourselves? And the matter of fact is, we're learning these different things. And he goes, Eric, he goes, do you find that you've gone to so many seminars and read so many books and been around so many people that you're such a great listener? But the thing is you listen to all of the things around you and mold yourself to be the best vision for people in their other eyes, rather than figuring out who the best vision is for yourself. And I was like, oh, why you gotta do me like that? I was like, I've gotten, you get to a place in your life, and I was asking him, I was like, man, I don't feel like there's times where I'm sustaining different things in my life. I'm not sustaining or staying disciplined to my morning routine, staying disciplined to my faith, staying disciplined to my physical workouts, where I have these goals to weigh this much and to look this way and to be this type of performance and so forth. But, what are the disciplines that are staying there? There's something much bigger and much deeper that is not there, that I'm staying on a superficial level. And it was such a beautiful, breakthrough to have, when understanding that, hey, I've made it this far. He goes, I'm so grateful that you made it this far. You have a thriving business. You have a beautiful family. You get to travel. All these different things. There's things that are unique to yourself. But the matter of fact is, I want you guys to know here, you truly have not found out who you are yet. Right? And Marianne Williamson, I don't know why this quote always comes up to me, and I love this quote. Everyone knows this. It's not that you are inadequate. It's that you are powerful beyond measure, right? And once we're able to become aware of who we truly are, we're having a unique vision. We have a unique mission that is unique to your program and unique to your fingerprint, that you're going to stamp that all over the world, and people are going to know that is Mikey Schmitz. That is Holly Cohen. That is Nick T. That is Chris Allen, Gabe, right? That is Erica and Danny and Drea and Manny and Haley and Gabrielle, all of you guys, right? That is, we're going to be able to know what that is. And what that is that's legacy, right? That is you being able to know so much who you are. The people that are remembered are the people who knew so well who they were, and they were so unapologetically themselves. One of my favorite people that knew who he was so much, and people either hated him or loved him, was Michael Jordan, right? Michael Jordan, if you watch his documentary, his teammates, a lot of the time, hated practice with this man. They despised how disciplined he was and how aggressive he was teaching practices like they were games and getting people to be at the top high standard that they were for themselves. And the matter of fact is that he was staying so true to his commitment to the game, to his commitment to greatness, his commitment to high standards, that it rose everyone else up around him, right? And that was because he knew exactly who that fingerprint was, right? This man has stamped it all over the world, all over the globe. You can go all over the globe and know who he is. And whether you know, your calling is to be known by everyone or just known by a few, that's for you to figure out, right? We can make just as much of an impact with a few as we can just as many. And so with that, guys, you know, I encourage you to, you know, to spend some time, whether it's in prayer, whatever you may believe in, to be able to, you know, sit in silence and ask, who am I, right? What am I about? Why did I plant my flag with the opportunity that I am involved in right now? What does that mean to me, right? Tony Robbins says the quality of your life is in a direct correlation to the quality of the questions you ask yourself, right? The quality of your life is a direct reflection of the quality of the questions you ask yourself. The matter of fact is we all ask so many 1-cent questions and we never get anywhere, and we wonder why we're not going anywhere, or why we haven't figured out who we truly are, or what our vision is, or what our mission is, or why it's constantly changing with the winds when, you know, Eric says something and then my mom says something and then, you know, my uncle says something, then my pastor says something, and, you know, you're constantly trying to change the winds of your sailboat. But the matter of fact is, if you keep changing the sails with the winds, you're never going to go anywhere. You're going to stay in the same spot. Right? And so I want you guys, I wrote down 4 signs, right, that you are not staying true to yourself, right? And so you guys can do your own evaluation for yourself and move forward from there. So the first one, number 1, is that you're following instant gratification. For me, I'll tell you an example with me for, you know, for me, got to change the language there. I'm doing and I'm willing and moving forward is, you know, what is the goals? And I know that I want to be weigh 175 pounds. I want to be able to have this type of performance. I want to be able to run this far without stopping. I want to be able to, you know, have this type of, you know, physical structure look like. This is who I want to look like, and so forth. And the matter of fact is, you know, then there's times that come in of like, oh, like those cookies, that cake looks delicious, or that ice cream looks delicious, right? But how disciplined, if I stay true to my goals and my priorities, if I truly prioritize that, if I truly value being where that I aspire to be, I'm going to stay committed to those things. An amazing program that people are able to do is something Andy Frisella created, 75-Day Hard. Is an incredible way, guys. That is, you know, you do 2 workouts a day, 1 inside, 1 outside. You read a book of personal development or mindset. You drink a gallon of water, and there's something else. Maybe someone else can drop in the chat what the 5th thing is. But the matter of fact is, guys, is those are things, is building daily disciplines for yourself to continue growing and staying true to you. And everyone that gets so far on it, right? Whether you get to day 60 or you get to, you know, day 30 and you mess up or something, what it is you're consistently building that muscle. You're lifting that weight of staying true to things that are most important to you. That is all what that is. Whether you get to the accomplishment of 75 days or not, it's not about accomplishing the 75 days. It's about who you become along the way, right? And it's what are those simple disciplines that you can create for yourself. Jim Rohn says failure is a few simple errors in judgment repeated daily, while success is a few simple disciplines practiced daily, right? What are those few simple practice disciplines that you can have for yourself where instant gratification, guys, is, you know, getting, if you get to know yourself and your disciplines of where you're going and who you are, you're more likely to stay on that path. You're more likely to get to that 75-day. That 75th day, you're more likely than to give into the 5th one is, you know, no alcohol or sugars or different things like that. Came back to me. So being able to, stay so true and so disciplined to what is most important to you, because the other thing is the best way to build confidence and have more self-worth and see yourself and have the most self-worth is keeping your own promises. Matter of fact is you can lie to everyone else in the world, but you cannot lie to yourself. Right? Whether you want to believe it, no matter what justification you want to have for yourself, as a matter of fact is no matter what, you can lie to everyone else in the world about, hey, I'm progressing here and this and whatever, but you cannot lie between yourself and Christ, right? They see everything and it's all right there. And so number two, some other examples could be, instead of food, it could be shopping. You know what I mean? You could, want the instant gratification of, hey, instead of, setting a goal for yourself of, writing in your 5-minute journal for a month straight, and then I'm going to buy myself AirPods, or I'm going to do something like that. You would rather, indulge in the moment to be able to have the short-term dopamine kick. The same thing with like social media, guys. I heard Pastor Stephen Furtick said, he goes, there's a reason why your social media feed is called a feed, because it's feeding on your mind. And whether what you're doing is that feed is something you can either have positively feeding your mind, or it's positively feeding the negativity and the doubt in these different things that are going on. And so number two, guys, of the four signs of you're not staying true to you, and then I'm going to pass it back to Nikki T, is, you're following someone else's plan. You're following family's plan for you. You're following, what society's plan for you. A quote that came to mind was, don't allow society to turn you into the person you are not. Right? That's what I'm talking about. We're molding ourselves to what society encourages us and praises and is programming us and is encouraging us to be, rather than figuring out who we truly are first. Right? We succumb to, there's a video it was like saying the news media will literally not only provide one side, because they also know there's going to be the people who don't believe in that argument or that belief, or that's a conspiracy. And so they will create a double side of things, so that you are, no matter what you're listening to, no matter what you're reading, you're thinking that you're thinking a thought of your own, right? Dr. Joe Dispenza says we have 60 to 70 thoughts on a daily basis, and 80 or 90% of what of those were the same thoughts as they were the day before. And 90% of those are thoughts that aren't your own, right? And the matter of fact is a high percentage of those is negative thoughts. And so, if you're following someone else's plan, if you stay so true to you, you're going to follow what you want. You're going to follow, and it's going to feel so good. Imagine, drop a 1 in the chat if, staying so true to yourself is going to feel so good. You're going to feel so alive. You're going to feel so yourself. And you're going to you're going to be feeling yourself. You're going to see that glow within yourself. You're going to see yourself a little differently in the mirror. Have you guys ever looked in your own bathroom mirror and you've seen yourself in different times where like, hey, I'm feeling this way and I feel like I physically look different, right? Or I am on top of myself and I actually, you can see yourself going, you can see yourself in this way. And guys, the eyes are information. They take in all these different things and actually they circle and they cross in your mind. They connect here and they go back to different parts of your mind and they start to piece together everything that they saw. They're not actually piecing together the actual image that you're seeing of your life. And so that's what you're following someone else's plan. And the matter of fact is too many of us are too lazy to figure out what our plan is for our own self. So, in a cure to laziness, Robert Kiyosaki, guys, the cure to laziness, you guys know what the cure to laziness is? How many of y'all been lazy during this time of the pandemic, during the shutdown? Drop a 2 and be humble with yourself if you've been lazy during this time. I should see 33 2s drop in the chat right now. I know I've been lazy for sure, right? Scrolling on social media, doing different things I shouldn't, right? The cure to laziness is a little bit of greed. The cure to laziness is a little bit of greed. Meaning, what are those things that you desire, right? In Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, he talks about desire, right? What are those things that you desire out of life? And if you can figure out what are those little things, those milestones that you get, it's going to get you out of bed and it's going to get you ready and get you motivated to keep going. So that's number 3 is people pleasing, right? If you don't know who you are, you're going to please others around you just so that they like you, right? That goes for our significant others, right? If we don't know who we are, that we are the man in the family, and this is the values that a man does and show how he shows up for a relationship, or this is how a female shows up for his significant other, then otherwise the lines are going to be blurred. There's no boundaries, there's no polarity, there's no these different things, and people start to have different things go on in your life. And so being able to stop people pleasing, if you got to first know and become aware of who you are first, right? And awareness, that comes for your business, that comes for, the values you have for a relationship, values you have for friendship, and so forth. And number 4 is too many of us have our self-worth attached to others' opinions, right? That attaches right to people pleasing, right? And the matter of fact is too many of us are fearful of change. And with that, being so attached to others' opinions, we live on such a short fuse of happiness. Happiness is something that is worked for and gained for every single day. And if you want to feel happy and grateful for the person you are becoming, we cannot base it on external resources for yourself. We cannot base it on everything else around us. God gave us 2 ears to listen, not to listen to everyone around us. We're here to listen to ourselves, listen to what we have, everything within you. You have everything you need within you and already going on. And so guys, those are everything that I have for you. Drop, a 2 in the chat if you took some value from this and you guys are committed to taking the step to discovering who you truly are. You're discovering who you are so you know what this fingerprint is all over the world, that you can know, plant that in LA, plant that in New York, plant that in Florida, plant that in Bali, plant that wherever you are in Europe, and people are going to know that that is your fingerprint. I love you. Thank you. Nikki T, back to you, bro.
Fantastic. Amazing. Let's drop another 3 in the chat for thanking Eric. That was amazing, man. And I'm gonna say from personal experience, this was a very humbling call, because especially when you are mentioning about the fact that we don't have our purposes yet figured out. I think a lot of us here, their internal voice was like, what do you mean? I do have it figured out. But the fact of the matter is, then it came to me. It is a lifelong journey to figure out ourselves. Why? Because we're constantly evolving. So 6 months down the road, you're a whole new person. You're a completely new individual. And now you're going to have to get to know yourself again. And so I'm going to keep it very short and simple for the 34 souls that are here tonight. And I have 5 specific questions that I have for you that I want you to write down for yourself in your own time. We're going to invest time with ourselves and get to know ourselves a little bit better outside of this call. But before I do that, drop a 33 in the chat if you have ever taken someone else's advice and it was the wrong one. Drop a 33 in the chat. Yeah, 33 is flooding everyone, right? Exactly. How many times have we given the wrong advice to other people as well, and they took that, right? So let's just take a moment here, right? I know there's a Mindset Monday call, and we're supposed to come here and fire you guys up, but the fact of the matter is, I think it's more important for us to have a reflective time right here, right now, because for as long as we continue to listen to other people's voices as the ultimate truth, especially other human beings as ultimate truth, and following their advice, we are not living our own lives. We are living someone else's lives. So yes, let's take in other people's opinions if they are at a place where they can give you value, because they are experiencing what you want to experience in your life. But ultimately, please go back to yourself and do some reflective work, go inwardly, and then make a decision based on your own beliefs and values in life. Okay, so here are the 5 questions that I have for you, and I encourage you to write this down. And let's spend some time thinking, right? That's the goal. It's to think. We're not here to tell you how to think. We're here to pose some questions so that we can all invest time into thinking. So here's the number 1 question. Whose voice do I listen to? Whose voice do I listen to? Whose voice am I listening to? Am I listening to my voice? Am I listening to the voice of my parents? Am I listening to the media's voice, politician's voice? Whose voice am I listening to? It's a great question to think about. And it can change, right? It's constantly changing. Great question to be constantly asking ourselves. Number 2, you go the Holy Spirit. Love it. Number 2, am I in tune with my inner voice? Am I in tune with my inner voice? And what I mean by in tune is this. When my inner voice is speaking, do I know it's my inner voice speaking? Am I in tune with my inner voice? It's a great, great question for all of us, including myself. Am I in tune with my inner voice? Number 3, it goes hand in hand with something that Eric said. How easily am I moved by other people's opinions? How easily am I moved by other people's opinions? Most of us are entrepreneurs, yeah? Most of us actually work together or have similar businesses in some way, shape, or form. How many no's does it take for you to give up on your dreams? How many no's does it take for you to give up on your goals in your business? That's one of those questions we don't want to talk about. You know, like what if you heard 50 no's back to back? Are you going to keep going? Or are you moved and you're done? Good question to think about. How easily am I moved by other people's opinions? Opinions. You know how valuable an opinion is, by the way? Try to take it to a bank and cash it. See how much they'll give you. You guys weren't ready for that one. Okay, moving on. Number 4, how much time do I invest in getting to know myself through quiet, alone time? How much time do I invest in getting to know myself through quiet, alone time? This is one that I'm working on right now. I want more of that. And that's in early morning time. Quiet, alone time. How much time do I invest in getting to know myself through quiet, alone time, if any? Drop a 3 in the chat if you literally have not spent more than 10 minutes alone through quiet time by yourself without your phone next to you or anyone else around you. Drop a 3. Like no time. I know there's some more people. I go through times where I'm not doing that either. I'm busy in life and we got goals and we have this and like I don't take time to just be. But how am I going to come from a place of peace in my business if I'm not spending quiet, alone time? Yeah. Powerful. Awesome. Last one. There you go. Time is now. Last one. This is a great one. How easy is it for me? Write this down and then take time to think about it after this call, okay? How easy is it for me to say no to things or people that have nothing to do with my life purpose? How easy is it for me to say no to things or people that have nothing to do with my life purpose? Steve Jobs said, it's not the things that we said yes to that made us successful, it's the things that we said no to. And by the way, you know what the Bible also says about saying yes or saying no? It's very clear that we're called to be direct and clear and not going around the bush when we say yes or no. oh, I cannot because I have this and this and this and this and this and that. See, I had this habit where I felt like I had to explain myself to people before saying no. And that comes from a place of lack of self-worthiness. That's not knowing my fingerprint, like Eric was saying. Because if I really knew my fingerprint, I wouldn't have been doing that. No, I cannot do that. I'm not able to do that. Not, I'm so sorry. No, I cannot do that. I can't do that. Okay? So I think it's important for us to take some time and, invest into these questions. These are such great questions for all of us. It doesn't matter what phase of life we're in. It doesn't matter what our goals are. It doesn't matter what our dreams are. It's important for us to get to know ourselves, study ourselves. You guys agree with me? What this does from my perspective is every time that we do that, every time that we take time to go inward, we are investing into our soul bank. Okay? Every time that we take quiet time, reflective time, we are investing and depositing into our soul bank. And I'm going to tell you guys something else, and I'm going to leave you with this, because all of us are entrepreneurs. Most of us here, at least, are entrepreneurs. There's a lot of people that we many times listen to, and we're looking up to them. Maybe we don't even know them, and we're seeing them online, and we're praising them, and we're many times in our own minds idolizing other people. And I'm going to tell you something. There's so many people that they're so poor in life because all they have is money. So let's make sure that we are investing time into our souls, because that is what will last way beyond this life that we're in right now. Okay? So guys, drop a 33 in the chat with 33 people if you gained something of value from tonight. Guys, for those of you that are watching the recording, thank you so much. We love you. We're grateful for you. Join us in our live calls so that you can be part of the mastermind that happens after these recordings. Thank you so much. I love you. God bless.